All right. Let us discuss chapter 12 of Trnt LeBlanc. Um, yeah, we've had the climax, the rape scene, um, where, yeah, this is, well, you want to get back to the kind of the text of why uh, feminism needs to be a thing. This would probably be it. Um, um, they've battled back to Constantinople. Trnt has come with all the forces to vanquish the Turks, the Muslims, the Moors. Has basically put them to rout. They're going to decide what to do with them. They've basically got them a thing, and so the Carmenisa, Princess Carmenisa, and the Emperor and the Empress and the maidens and all the people of Constantinople are within the city walls and being rescued. And Trnt has gained entry. Actually, first Placer de Mavia has come now as the Queen of Fez has come, and Carmenisa is like, oh, he needs to why was he so angry with me? Why, what have I done to offend him? It's like, and in the meantime, I've come to love him. I know now I love him. I love him completely and all this. And Placer de Mavia is like, well, you were deceived. And they don't mention the widow repose, but like, yeah, you've been deceived by somebody who you thought you could trust, but now you're just going to be governed by my stuff. And it's like, can you bring him to me? Is Carmenisa's thing? Can you bring him to me? And they send word, and Trnt comes to the thing. He wants to talk to the Emperor first, to kind of probably get permission to woo and marry Carmenisa. But he's asleep because the Emperor is either asleep or he faints if he thinks if the Moors are attacking. He's just like a completely weak, feeble head of this thing, making Trnt look all the more awesome. So he goes to Placer de Mavia's chamber next, where she's praying, and says like, okay, I'm going to set things up. And indeed, she sets things up. So she gets Carmenisa to come and sleep in her bed. She dismisses all the maidens, and then she gets Trnt and tells Trnt, girds him up. It's like, you just go in there and you hit those hit those spurs. Like, Carmenisa before has protested like she didn't want to have sex, and Trnt, as his main failing is he actually listened to her. He didn't just take it at that point, take her chastity. He didn't force himself upon her. But Placer de Mavia says, like, you should have followed my instructions before. You should have taken my advice, or none of all this bullshit would have happened. And Trnt's like, okay, fine, I will, fine. Okay, after all this time, I didn't do it before. What happened? I got swept out to sea. I ended up in Barbary and had to like conquer all of Barbary, and all that stuff. And, everyone here got attacked and conquered by the Turks, and I had to come back and clean up all that. So, yes, it's like strip. It's funny because it'll say strip to your nightshirt, and then it's like strip naked, is what Trnt does. Strips naked, and comes in, and it's like, okay. And Placer de Mavia is basically like, take her without her permission right now, or else I'm never going to help you again. And Trnt does. And instead of getting a visual of this, we get all of Carmenisa's protestations, which I guess are supposed to be for comedy. Though there is, like, you can sell the violence in it, and it's like, when the queen had gone, the princess turned to Trnt, who was pushing forward in his battle, and she said, calm yourself, your lord. Don't try and use your bellicose strength, and because the struggle of love doesn't require great force. Let me have part of your manliness so that I may resist you. Don't be cruel. Don't think of I'm a camp or the list of I'm an infidel. Can your Can love allow you no harm to the thing that is loved? Restrain yourself, my lord, upon your virtue and nobility. Wait, poor thing. The arms of love should not break, nor should the enamored lance break or wound. Have you no compassion on me? You are not Trnt. Wretched me. Is this what I desired? Oh, hope of my life, here is your dead princess. And she passes out, and Placernaviia comes back and sprinkles some water on and wakes her up again. And the princess is like, even if these are signs of love, they should not be used with so much force and cruelty. Now, my Lord Trnt, I must believe that you do not love me with a virtuous love. If you'd only waited for the day of solemnity and ceremonial festivities to lawfully enter the doors of my chastity, i.e., you should have married me before you forced yourself upon me. But Placernaviia is just smiling and saying, like, may God give me a death like the one you pretend you's giving you. May I be attacked by the illness you're talking about if by morning you don't feel completely cured. So it's like, oh, you're feeling butt hurt, maybe sex hurt about it right now, but you're going to be happy at the end. And the princess was not entirely consoled by the loss of her virginity, and she did not answer the queen's insane words. But then the two lovers spent the entire night playing that happy sport that lovers play. So in the end, she's doing it. So it's weird that this whole kind of relationship has had to be based on this, like, I love you, but I wouldn't give myself to you. And Placernaviia on the sideline saying, just give it to her. She wants it. Kind of like, and we're putting it in Placernaviia's, the very sensible, the very, the clear seeing Placernaviia is the voice that is saying raper, which, it's a book of chivalry, and that kind of sexual politics of, it's conquering, it's a fight. You've got to rip her virginity away from her. It's like, there's stuff I really enjoy in this book, and there's stuff that you go, wow, that's just really disgusting. I think it's valuable to read, actually, because it's a very kind of, wow, this is kind of nakedly this older. I don't know if it's an older. This is this competing version of what the relationships between the sexes should be, and this idea of chastity as being something. There's the idea of chastity here, and there's also the idea of consent here. Two things that are need still to be challenged, need to be educated on. So I just like, there's bits of this book I'm like, oh, that's enjoyable, and there's other bits like, oh, I need to turn on the record and just talk about that, because I just narrated that, and I kind of narrated it in the voice of what the book is like, but I just wanted to like say, hey, you know what? This is what I actually think about it. This is fucked up, and at least from a 2021 perspective, looking back at 1490 perspective, of like, this is the hero. And this is like the heroine getting raped because her friends are urging it on. It's like, God damn it. And I'm sure the princess is going to be super happy after this. Just like there's that poor gardener who got murdered by Trnt, which is like, yeah, that happens. Oh, well, he didn't count. All right, I will leave it there. More videos later.